Going live on Facebook. We're now live on Facebook. It's Car Con Carne. Now, here's the thing. If you are new to Car Con Carne, what I used to do was I would meet a guest outside a local restaurant or dive. We'd take our food to go. We'd do an interview in the car. It'd be great. We'd talk. We'd share food. We'd pass food to one another. That can't happen in the time of COVID-19. So for the foreseeable future, Car Con Carne is Quarantine Con Carne. Quarantine Con Carne sponsored tonight by C&H Financial Services. It is a fact. At some point, this too will pass. And if you're a business owner, I want you to keep this information in mind so that once things are back to normal, you can save money. You don't have to worry about money getting bilked from you from your credit card fees. C&H Financial Services. Go to freeprocessingnow.com or call 855-600-2437, extension 999. Again, that is C&H Financial Services, a must for all small business owners. My guest tonight, it's a Friday night. It's hard to know what day. It's hard to know what day of the week it is. I think it's April now. It's a Friday night. Friday seems appropriate to have my guest on tonight. She is Ashley Thomas. She is a representative of a brand ambassador for Sailor Jerry Rum. That's the proper.
Very proper of you.
And that's me. Very proper. Sailor Jerry Rum. It's a Friday night. You are sitting with Sailor Jerry Rum. You're going to be making cocktails for us. I think we should start with the very simple question: who was Sailor Jerry?
That's a great spot to start. I can handle that question. So every bottle of Sailor Jerry that you see, people think of it as a hula girl and a rum bottle, and then they say, okay, I don't get the Sailor Jerry part. When they turn the bottle around, there's this handsome gentleman here on the back. Norman Sailor Jerry Collins was a tattoo artist, considered the godfather of the American tattoo. So when you see maybe a great uncle or a grandfather that you may have, and he has like this greenish blob right around here or here on his arm, and you're not entirely sure what it might be, he probably got that in the military, World War II, from either Sailor Jerry or someone like him at the time. So he was a tattoo artist who really perfected his art in Hawaii. So basically thousands and thousands of sailors would get off their boats and they would want to do three things. One was get tattooed, two was get drunk, and the third was to find a friend. So Norman was able to—
That's the most euphemistic thing I've heard all week. I mean, really.
The term, he actually created a tattoo about it. It says stewed, screwed, and tattooed.
There it is.
So that was what everyone was looking to do on shore leave. So it's one of the reasons why Sailor Jerry works so well, as I say, when you're hunkered in your bunker. So my whole series on Instagram is I do videos called Hunkered in Your Bunker, and it's doing things you have around the house with or without Sailor Jerry to pass the time. Some of our bunkers are very well stocked and some are not. Some of us have the ability to go to the store and some don't. So what I'm going to make tonight are two different cocktails, we're going to call them. And they should be things that you may or may not be able to make in your own bunker for things that you guys have going on. Just depends on what you have available. We've got options for anything you can think of.
This is practical quarantine cocktailing going on right now.
I mean, if there's one thing people are going to do while they're in their quarantine, hunkered in their bunker, it's going to have a beverage or two. So, I mean, that's what I've been doing every day. It's why you said it was Friday. I was like, it is awesome.
Right, and we're all under Vegas rules at this point. Day drinking is fine. Loss of sense and time. It's all just fluid. I don't know.
No clue.
Yeah.
I don't even look out the window.
So throughout your career, working as a bartender, working with Sailor Jerry Rum, is this true? You mix cocktails for Alice Cooper?
I actually played golf with Alice Cooper.
Yeah, I love Alice Cooper.
Yeah, I was working for a brand in a golf tournament. He's a big golfer. I was doing more of the beveraging, imbibing, and he was doing more of the golf cart driving, which made sense. I've done some pretty cool things in my life, working for spirits brands and with Sailor Jerry. It takes you all over the world meeting the most amazing people, and you get a lot of stories that happen around those things as well.
Well, what's been one of those connections or those moments that stands out to you? One of those things where you've created a story for yourself, meeting someone or?
I would say one of my favorite stories is actually very, very random. I was in Iceland, and I was drinking in Iceland, eating some weird food that could have been puffin or a whale or something that would offend somebody. I don't know what it was, but it was and having a few drinks, and I met some Icelandic people. They were so friendly, and this one dude was like, I swear to Christ, 12 feet tall. And I was just captivated by how gigantic he was. I'm like, are you really a Viking? Really, is this a thing? And he told me his name, and it had like 32 vowels and syllables in it. And I was like, wow, you're like the coolest person ever. Fast forward, we'll call it 36 hours. Me and some coworkers took this like post-apocalyptical vehicle 4 hours onto a glacier, middle of nowhere. Like you didn't see anything for hours. And we get out, and it's this like chalet hut that we go in, and they're like, okay, we're gonna have a classic Icelandic dish. It's fermented shark and a shot of vodka. And I was like, I'm game. Like, this is exactly what my life's about. This is what I want to do. And I sit down to go have some, and who walks in but the Viking from the bar from 36 hours previous. And I was like, no way, this can't be real. And we all had some fermented shark, had a great time. It was the most random day in my life. Back into this post-apocalyptical thing with 12 wheels, and went for 4 hours back into town. It was very bizarre, but it's just a day in the life of what we were doing.
I love that. Now, in our current post-apocalyptic time, you're in San Diego right now. California was dealing with this crisis. I'm in Illinois. I'm in Chicago, dealing with this crisis a lot more in a more lockdown manner than Illinois was ahead of us. How are things for you right now? How are you holding up?
Things are pretty good in San Diego. I mean, I think we got the you're supposed to wear a mask notification yesterday, I believe.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's in Illinois.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, it's good. I have not been to a grocery store in weeks or seen another human being. I get all of my bunker things delivered via Drizzly, which has honestly saved my life. So I haven't seen anyone. I go for walks and drives when I'm trying to enjoy our freeways unencumbered, we'll say. And there's nobody out, but it's nice. It's peaceful. I'm not hating it. We're so connected socially with the rest of the world. If anything, I'm talking more now to my friends and family than I was before.
That's interesting. All right, so tell us about Sailor Jerry. What makes this rum stand out as compared to some more typical rums you'd see in a rail?
Well, for instance, what I am making right now is a Bloody Mary. So a lot of people have Bloody Marys on brunch. So on the weekends, we call it bunker brunch. There's no reason not to brunch if you're stuck in your bunker. And the thing that makes Sailor Jerry special is that we are a spice rum. So you think spice rum and you think rum with like random flavors in it. Sometimes it's like a Christmassy flavor, but for us, it's nutmeg and cinnamon. So it's higher proof as well. It's 92 proof. So that makes it stronger than the things that are going on around it. Why is that great? Well, in things like a Bloody Mary, that's going to give you the flavor of what we have in Sailor Jerry. That's going to help build your cocktail instead of just sort of disappear into the background of the flavors. I love it. Basically, I tell people, what's your favorite drink? What's your favorite drink?
Favorite rum drink?
No, just favorite cocktail. If you're going to drink a cocktail, what is it?
I'm pretty traditional. I'm good with a whiskey Coke.
Oh, love whiskey Coke. You made it easy for me, though, because I was going to say whatever your favorite drink of Sailor Jerry and tell me how you like it. You made that one a little easy because rum and Coke is
of course
pretty standard. A lot of people love whiskey, so they'll say they like an old fashioned. I love an old fashioned. I make it with Sailor, and then instead of using, let's say if you're in Wisconsin and you use like 4 oranges in it, I just use a little pineapple. So it's very versatile and it helps build flavors with drinks. I like it in a Bloody Mary. I use Doritos as my rim for my Bloody Mary.
That's what I thought you were doing there. Oh my God.
Well, 2 reasons. Huge fan of tacos, and Doritos Locos tacos are delicious. But it's quarantine, right? So we're not going to the store regularly. So we have to really let our food work for us, and our food's doing the work. So you get to the bottom of this chip, and it's miserable. Normally I would just throw it away, but now I'm using it to rim my drinks, and it's delicious. I absolutely love it.
That's very responsible. You're not wasting food. That's a very
I'm being
way to
sustainable.
approach things. Yeah, exactly.
And then just a simple, I love using a mix, but obviously Bloody Marys are super easy. You don't have to use a mix. Why I feature the Bloody Mary and my Hunker in the Bunker show is because of your refrigerator door. Before the apocalypse happened and we were all quarantined, I don't think I had any idea what was going on in my refrigerator door because I had to take a finer look at it now that I'm not going to the store. I found the craziest stuff in there. Some things were expired 5-6 years ago. Had no idea.
I went through the same exercise. I found salad dressings that had long since passed, various pickled items, a jardinera jar that was there for well past its expiration date. I see Cholula there. I had hot sauces that were long since expired. Same exercise.
It's crazy. So I went through and I was like, all right, well, I need to find like a garnish. You can't drink a Bloody Mary by itself. It looks half done. Tastes the same, but it looks so sad. So I was going through trying to find stuff. I found pickled quail eggs. I don't even remember when or why I would have bought those, but I got to use them. Obviously, most people have olives hidden in their fridge, but it's an added bonus of you get to clean out the door of whatever randomness is happening in there. But trying to skewer an olive is like a test of patience. There we go. So it's about quarantine drinking is about having fun. It's about using what you have left and just trying to enjoy yourself. We get to take a little bit longer to do everything we do now and really savor it and think about what we're doing. You know,
you're doing the Bloody the right way. You're turning it into a miniature meal. So you can 100%. Feel like, I've got vegetables on a stick here. I've got tomato juice in the base of the Bloody Mary mix.
You get a bite, you get a sip, you get a bite. It's just like when you're making cookie dough or something, you always put a cookie down, and then you eat a cookie, and then you put a cookie. It's one and one.
See, now here's the thing. I wouldn't traditionally think of using rum for a Bloody Mary.
But that's my point. Most people think of rum as a rum and Coke, and then they just drop it, or a mojito, or a pina colada. And then they're like, well, that's it. I had my rum drink. Especially when we're talking about Sailor Jerry, because we're 92 proof and we have this flavor that will stand up to drinks, you can really think about a lot of drinks and sub it in. One of my personal favorites is a White Russian. I love a White Russian with Sailor and coconut milk. So you think about it, it's still like a very islandy kind of rum vacation vibe.
Sure.
But a little boozier, maybe a little more masculine, they call the drink, because they think of the dude sitting around drinking it in his robe. It's very fitting for right now.
It totally is. All right, so what's left to finish off the Bloody?
So if you want to stop here, it's totally fine. Looks good, tastes good. A lot of people like hot sauce and have.
I love Cholula. That's my pick right there.
I love Cholula. I'm actually been like watching it go down, and I'm like, all right, that is like my panic moment. I can live without a lot of things happening. Something that I really like on top of my Bloody Mary is fresh cracked pepper.
Sure.
So not only does it add a little bit of heat in a different way that the Cholula would add, but it gives your nose something to do when you're going in for the drink, especially nowadays that nobody can get a straw. Although I think we're all secretly using straws now that we're home in our bunkers and no one can see us using them.
Perhaps.
But I like pepper on mine as well. And other than that, anything you can find. I mean, I've seen whole chickens, cheeseburgers. What do you got going on? Chicken nuggets? You can fit like 4 chicken nuggets in here. I'm down for that too.
Yeah, if you can find an implement to support it, you can use it.
1,000%. And that's also half the fun, is trying to build the house of cards on top of it of foods.
That's exactly what it is. It's a house of cards.
Gotta have fun with your drinks. One of my other favorite things to do in the bunker, Irish whiskey and picklebacks have always been a thing. We do.
Chicago loves picklebacks. This is very, yes.
They do. And actually the whole Midwest, I think, really loves picklebacks. I grew up on the East Coast. I'd never had one until I visited the Midwest. And of course it was Irish whiskey. We've got an awesome one called Tullamore Dew. And that's how I came in contact with it. And I was like, but I love pickle juice. So we started doing Sailor Jerry picklebacks. And then when quarantine happened, I was like, everyone has this jar of pickles, and this is it too. I've got 1 pickle or 2 pickles hidden in here, and like all of this juice, which pre-quarantine I would have bought more pickles, but now I'm like, this is the holy grail in the back of my fridge right now.
Again, this is a responsible way to approach the quarantine. Waste not. Press every item in that refrigerator into service.
1,000%. At Sailor Jerry and our parent company, William Grant & Sons, sustainability is actually pretty important to us. And we try to do what we can to be more sustainable. Our Sailor Jerry events, we try to use a lot of biodegradable cups or keep the cup. So we try to make cups for events that people want to steal and they want to take home and keep for themselves. This is something that we used to do for events. So this is actually a pitcher.
Brilliant. That's
so this
brilliant.
holds 4 drinks, and then you just pour out the different drinks. Let's say you're hosting a bunker party, or you've got bunker roommates that are over hanging out with you, and just things that can be reused over and over again. So brilliant. Same thing with our food options now that we're all hunkered in here together.
So you're doing the Sailor Jerry with the pickleback? Look at that.
Yes. It's so good. I love it. So yeah, that's kind of what we've got going on in our Sailor Jerry bunkers.
So when this whole thing passes, you'll be back on the road, you'll be touring. Will we find you visiting Chicago at some point? Absolutely.
I love Chicago. A lot. I'm a hot fan of a hot beef. It's one of my, I need one. This is actually the longest I've gone without being on an airplane in 5 years. So
I'm sure. Well, yeah, and you got to get the beef so it's heavy, it's substantive, it's dipped, yeah. So it's wet. You got the sweet peppers and then the giardiniera on top of it. And you got to get the right giardiniera.
Try finding giardiniera. I live in San Diego in Southern California. We've got one spot that stocks it, and it's always out because the 50 people from Chicago who live out here buy it as soon as it shows up, and it crushes my soul.
Well, and once you enter Chicago or the Midwest, the pronunciation changes. It becomes giardiniera in Chicago. It's not giardiniera, it's giardiniera. So we'll get you here, and we'll get you a beef with giardiniera.
Oh God, I can't. I'm so excited. I've tried making it at home a few times. It is never the same. It's just not right.
It's funny you should say that. My quarantine goals are to make my own hot sauce and make my own giardiniera. Those are the 2 things I want to do before the world gets back to normal. Neither seems too hard. I just want to say I tried.
Yeah, definitely.
Small goals, but goals nonetheless.
I like those goals.
Thank you very much. All right. So Ashley Thomas with Sailor Jerry, thank you for showing us how to make do with what we have and doing it right with Sailor Jerry.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
I hope we all get released from our bunkers soon, but in the meantime, we can find you on Instagram. What's the Instagram handle?
Yep. I am at the original Ash. And then if you want to show me what you're doing in your bunker, it's #HunkerInTheBunker.
I love it. Thank you so much. I'm going to kill the Facebook Live feed. Here we go. Bye, Facebook Live. Good. And thank you very much. This was fun, delightful, and informative.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.